What up, YouTube? It's RKO Legend Killer 687, and back here. This is my video for my WWE Hell in a Cell 2010 review. Sorry, didn't have enough time to make a prediction video earlier, and sorry for I wasn't able to make a review on Raw this past Monday, but I watched it and saw what happened to Jericho and whatnot, so it was good stuff. But anyway, so tonight, Hell in a Cell is from Dallas, Texas. Show opened with like a sick little promo between like the two Hell in a Cell matches tonight. And then the opening contest was the triple threat submissions count anywhere match for the United States title. And John Morrison versus The Miz versus the champion Daniel Bryan. This was a really good match. Really good opener, in my opinion, on some of the stuff that went down. Bryan got taken out. Miz and Morrison went at it for a bit. Daniel Bryan had a leg lock locked in on Miz. Daniel Bryan and Miz at one point were just kicking each other in the face, like back and forth while they were on the ground. It was funny. The action spilled to the outside. Morrison hit like that chuck kick off the barricade. Miz came out with a metal crate. Morrison hit a ridiculous choke on the Miz. Skull crushing finale to Morrison on the concrete, and then Miz and Daniel Bryan they hit a double clothesline on the stage, which allowed time for Morrison to scale like the setup on like the top of the entrance, and he did like a huge crossbody off top, which is cool, and got some "This is awesome" chants. Haven't heard in a while. And Morrison locked in Texas Cloverleaf on the Miz, which was cool to see. And Alex Riley broke it up, tossed like Morrison on the ramp, and then Daniel Bryan took out Riley and made Miz tap out to the little bell lock. So winner, still U.S. champ Daniel Bryan. Good opener. I give 3.5 stars. Really good, solid match. I enjoyed it. The next was the first of two Hell in a Cell matches. So the next match was the Hell in a Cell match for the WWE title. Randy Orton defending against Sheamus. This match was a lot better than I thought it'd be. It got a good time, almost 25 minutes. To be specific, it was slow to start off. Orton nails Sheamus to the steel steps. Back and forth punching. Sheamus suplexed Orton's stomach first onto the side of the steel steps, which looked like it hurt. Orton is selling his ribs like Cole match. Orton hit his power slam, which Cole continues to call a scoop slam. He's an idiot. Hit a power slam on the steel steps. It looked like it hurt. They actually used the cell too. Like Orton got thrown into it off the apron. He hit Sheamus rubbed Orton's face in it. Orton threw Sheamus in the cell, so actually got some use. And Orton hit his DDT on the outside. On the concrete from like the bottom of the ring. Sheamus hits the Irish Curse backbreaker on this. Well, he was standing on the steel steps. Then Sheamus hit a brogue kick, hit a brogue kick by Sheamus, 2 count. And then Sheamus got frustrated. He got a steel chair, hammered Orton in the back with it, and then RKO to Sheamus. But Sheamus rolls out of the ring, so Orton goes out, lines up for the punt, and Sheamus moves, and then hits a second brogue kick, rolls Orton back in the ring for a 2. And the finish comes, Orton hit an RKO on the steel steps for the 3. And very good match. Again, it was a lot better than I expected. I gave this match 3.5 stars too. I just thought it was, it was like 23 minutes or so. Good chemistry between the two. They can have some good matches if WWE allows for it to happen. Like I said, they use the cell. Orton was selling his injuries well, or his ribs well, and it was a good match. RKO on the stairs looked vicious, so that was a good Hell in a Cell match. Even for not being any blood, it was still good to see. That was good. Probably the best they could do with PG Hell in a Cell. So Orton's still your WWE champion. A backstage segment with Josh Matthews with the Nexus, and Barrett said, "But I promise you history will be made tonight or whatever or something. And then Alberto Del Rio segment in the ring cuts a promo. Edge comes out, interrupts him, just starts calling him stupid or whatever. Kind of little face action by Edge. And then Swagger comes out. And this all leads to an email comes in and leads to Swagger Edge match. This match, Swagger dominating the start. Big boot by Edge. Both men are down. Ankle lock on Edge. Edge was able to get to the ropes. Edge reversed the ankle lock, sends Swagger to the steel steps. Missile drop kick from Edge for 2 counts. Belly to belly off the top turnbuckle by Swagger. Kind of like what Kurt Angle used to do. Execution on Swagger by Edge. Swagger counters a spear and hits a gut wrench powerbomb on Edge for a 2 count. Edge ends up hitting the spear for the 3. The Edge of the win. 2.5 stars. It was just, it was a solid match. Actually, I'm sorry, that's 3. No, that's 2.5 stars. Yeah, it was a solid match. I enjoyed it. Crowd wasn't really into it, but it was 10, 11 minutes or so. It was just good. It was a good filler. So happy Edge won. But then after the match, said Edge is gonna have to make a public apology on Raw tomorrow night for what he did to the computer last week. So Edge wins that. And next, the match I was most looking forward to, and I'm sure a lot of people were. John Cena versus Wade Barrett. If Cena loses, he must join Nexus. But if Wade Barrett loses, Nexus is done. So, match started off slow. Cena had dropped, and backstage earlier, like Otunga or whatever, saying this plan will work or whatnot. I guess they had planned, and they didn't run it by Wade Barrett, so they weren't sure. But if Nexus interfered, any member, Cena would win. So it was a slow start to the match. Drop kick by Cena. Nexus comes out early ringside. Barrett told him get back or whatever, and they didn't do anything. They just kind of surrounded the ring. Barrett did big rights and lefts. Elbow drop, second rope for a 2 count from Barrett. Cena fights back. Barrett neck breaker for 2. You can hear "Let's go Barrett" chants a lot. You can hear the "Let's go Cena" and stuff. And it's funny at one point. Matt Stryker pointed out the "Let's go Cena" chants from the kids and women in our crowd, and the "Let's go Barrett" is the male or whatever. And it's King's what's that supposed to mean? Kind of just got cut off, and I just thought that was funny. The Stryker pointed shit out. I actually enjoyed Matt Stryker tonight. He had a couple good set parts where he put Cole in his place and King or whatever. But yeah, crowd is split between Cena and Barrett. The boo, yeah, when they punch. Boos for Cena. Cheers for Barrett. Then Cena does 5 moves of doom. Then out comes the WWE Lock. Big Show comes out, followed by the rest of the Raw faces or whatever. And they chase Nexus off, they beat him down, chase him in the back. And at this point, Cena's watching all this. His back's turned. I thought Barrett was going to come off from mine and get the roll up. But Barrett hit a pump handle, drop. Pump, kind of like what Road Dogg used to do. Not the full pump handle slam, just the drop. For a 2 count, Barrett hit the tilt-a-whirl, or a black hole slam for 2. Misses, and he goes for another elbow drop. Misses. Cena goes up to the top rope, hits his leg drop for a 2 count. And Barrett hits Wasteland, which got 2 very near fall. And at this point, the crowd is really into it. So was I. I was on the edge of my chair. So Wasteland gets 2, and then Cena, and then Barrett picks Cena up slowly, and Cena hits an AA, just attitude adjustment, AA, whatever we're gonna call it. Hits the AA for 2, which I thought that's how the match was gonna end. So I was going nuts when Barrett kicked out. And then the STF locked in on Barrett. And this is where I thought the match was going to end. But then a, quote, fan tries to come into the ring. And I couldn't really tell who it was at first. Kind of looked like Michael McGillicuddy. So he, or the fan, trying to get in the ring. Referees are, trying to restrain him. Meanwhile, so the refs are distracted. And Cena, is, what's going on? And then Cena's, laying up on the bottom rope, and then it looked like Husky Harris came out in he had a red shirt on, came through the crowd, I didn't see what he hit. He nailed Cena in the back of the head with. Kind of looked. I don't know if it was a really small lead pipe or just some sort of object. Nailed Cena in the head with it. Wade Barrett got the 3. Cena loses. Cena got to join Nexus now tomorrow. This was definitely made my night. Watching Cena lose, I didn't think it'd happen, but actually until they showed a preview for bragging rights earlier in the night, and the Nexus was just part of the preview. So, but anyway, I'm happy that happened. So after the match, the best part is showing all the little kids' faces in the crowd, like people like, "Oh my God, like, are you serious?" And it's fantastic. And then Cena like looked like he was gonna cry or whatever, and he like hugged some little kid at the end. Like, hopefully this is the end of the. I mean, I doubt. I just hope. I'm really anxious to see what happens with this angle now. Like how Cena, what his character is gonna be like from now on. Um, I'm sure it's not gonna be. He's gonna be a full blown heel like all of a sudden tomorrow. I'm sure it'll take a bit of time, but um, I like what's gonna happen. I liked what happened tonight, and that could only be the beginning of something good. So, and it looks like there's gonna be more members of Nexus. So, like with Husky Harris, and if that was Michael McGillicuddy, so that's good stuff. So, I gave that match 3 stars. It was a good match, like better than I thought it'd be. Actually, Barrett, man, he's a superstar. Cena really put him over in this match, and I mean, it wasn't a clean finish at the end, but he looked like he looked like a top superstar. Wade Barrett did this, so Wade Barrett won that. I gave it 3 stars. Quality stuff. Happy Cena lost. Anxious to see how this plays out tomorrow. Cena has to wear that black and gold, or black and yellow. Next is the Divas title match. I was trying to like fix my live stream the whole time during this, so by the time it like stopped lagging or whatever, the match was like over. It was like disqualifications. I gave it a star because it was like 2 minutes of actual wrestling, but then stupid DQ stuff like Malayla threw a boot or shoe at Natty. I don't know. I gave it 1 star. It's shit. And the main event is the World Heavyweight Championship. Undertaker and Kane, Hell in a Cell. This could have been better. Shouldn't have been the main event. So Kane dominated in the beginning. Sent Taker in the steel steps. Kane stomped Taker down the corner. Taker sent Kane inside of the cell. The cell was only used a little in the beginning of the match, and they just stopped. Kane was actually bleeding from like the top of his head a little at one point. There was like blood dropping on the mat. Just kind of good to see again. Drop kick to Taker's knee by Kane. Kane bleeding on top of that, I just said. Reverses old school, like knocks Taker up turnbuckle. He straddles the rope. Superplex to Taker. Flying clothesline by Kane. And Taker locks in Hell's Gate, but rolls out of the ring. Double big boot by both guys in the ring on each other. Both men sit up, they exchange rights and lefts. DDT by Taker for 2 count. Then a chokeslam by Taker for 2. And then Kane hits a chokeslam for 2. So it's kind of like they're exchanging right hands, and then now they're just exchanging finishers. So chokeslam by Kane for 2, and then Taker, it's the last ride, which gets a 2. And then Kane hits a tombstone for 2. And then Kane gets pissed. Up, big time uppercut to the ref, knocks him out. So some more refs come in, open the door, help their fallen comrade out. So Paul Bearer's in the cell now. Kane corners Paul Bearer in the ring. Taker sits up, hits a chokeslam. Paul Bearer blinds Taker with the urn. Looked like some really bright light just comes out of the urn, blinds Undertaker. Hands it to Kane, nails Taker in the head with the urn, and Kane chokeslam Undertaker for the 3. Winner and still world champ, Kane. So I mean, I thought Undertaker would win here and just end the feud. So I don't know, I don't know what they plan on doing with this. I heard they're gonna trying to do like a buried alive match at Survivor Series or something. I don't know. With Paul Bearer, now with Kane, I guess. So overall, I gave this match 3 stars. Even better overall for only a 2-week build-up. This pay-per-view wasn't actually half bad. Yeah, overall I give this pay-per-view a 7.5. So it's good stuff, and I'll be back tomorrow to do my Raw preview and review and whatnot. So have a good night, guys. Peace.